I was wondering, can you create high-end fashion shots with exact person, exact clothes and in true fashion visual look style? Well, it turns out I will be honest, I never expected that I would combine these three things in one project. First, myself as a fashion model. Second, one of the cheapest, kind of interesting looking jacket from Temu that costs not even 12 euros. And third, a bunch of fashion look styles that I would like to mimic. And for that, I will be using Soul 2 on Higgsfield. So let's try to build it. I am on Higgsfield homepage, and what I need to do first is to actually create me as a character as ID that I could then reuse all over again. First, I need to go Image, Higgsfield Soul 2, and before I actually create my prompt and style, I need to create my character. I will click here, and since I don't have any character yet, I will click here, create one, and upload from device. Yes, I have read it. I am using a bunch of selfie photos that I have taken at my home. No special lighting, really nothing, just my face, and I was shooting it through mirror. And here you can see I should probably use way more images, but the quality is fine and I will give it a shot. In the end, it's still just a showcase. So let's generate a character, and now we only need to wait. And now you can see that my ID is actually done. Let's maybe rename it. It will be me. I think it works. Let's hit save. And now we could get back to creating visual styles where I will act as a fashion model. And then with a little bit of use from Nano Banana, we will also use the jacket that we actually chose. The main purpose of Soul 2 is not to create a bunch of assets or do tiny edits. It excels for fashion style reproduction. It basically understands it. And if you would be creating something like that with Nano Banana, which is condensed model, it would really struggle with it. So we will start with Soul 2. Here I have a couple of shots that I will use, and maybe let's start with this one. I will copy image, and in here you can either describe the scene or you can use direct image as a reference. So I will either click plus button and upload it from computer or just paste it here, and the image in clipboard will be loaded into a prompt. And I think that 2 images would be just fine. 3x4 is completely okay, but let's not forget to click character, and I will pick myself. Now you can experiment with also some pre-trained styles, but I won't be doing that. I will let it run this way. Let's hit generate, and we need to wait. And now you can see it is here. I was introduced with glasses, which my reference does not have, but this guy does have it. However, it's kind of a quick fix after, but it completely understood the styling, what and how it should represent. And to be honest, I really think that this is me. So let's open another loop. I will copy this image. Let's paste it here. And now I'm already set up as character. No need to change it. Let's hit generate, and we can do more. Let's use this image also, and we will create a sequence of generations, and we will only wait until every single one is done. Let's hit generate. Some of those will be probably queued, and last image. And you can see, yes, some generations are queued, but it's no problem for me to wait. And once this is done, we will have a batch of 4 images with fashion style, some editorial fashion shots, and all will feature me as main model. And this is kind of cool because once I am there already, I just need to then only replace the jacket. And that's the stage where Nano Banana comes in. But first, let's wait until generations are done. And now all the generations are done, and you can see that every single example looks like the reference we provided. But what is even more stunning for me is the way I look. Because when you are doing generation of some particular person, unless it's you, most of the time it looks good to you. Yes, it's the same person, but once you start to generate yourself, you simply see every single difference there. And even though somebody else would say, yeah, it's you, you are never happy with it. At least I was never happy with it. But this is the closest representation of myself that would even pass my filter. So, good job. And now I am in a lot of pretty cool positions and settings. So let's use our jacket from Temu. So let's copy this image. And here I need to now change Higgsfield Soul to Nano Banana Pro or 2. I'm used to use Pro version. And I will simply drag this image here, and the prompt will be really simple. Show me this man wearing reference jacket and keep the rest unchanged. Brackets, lighting remains same, pose remains same, character remains same, location remains same, something like that. And now let's switch to also 3x4, otherwise it would need to generate missing pixels and it might then start to drift away, and I don't want that. I think that one image would be just fine. I will hit generate. It's loaded here. You can see that I forgot to turn off extra free generations, which Higgsfield is offering, but let's keep it there. And now I only need to do this prompt all over again while changing the main image. So I will do that. Let's hit X here and drag in new image. Generate. Let's hit X here and drag in this image. Generate. And you know the drill, so continue. And we are done. It was like extremely fast, under 1.5 minutes for more than 20 images. Like, yes, this is fast. Now let's inspect it. We have a batch of 3 images for each one because I only turned 1 image per generation. However, extra free generations are now something cool from Higgsfield. I won't say no to that. And here you can see that it's sometimes wise to let it generate more with the same prompt, because every single time there is a different representation of it, and you have option to pick which one you like most. First 3, I can already tell that this one is a little bit more muted and this one is like pretty sharp. However, every single image is great. I wouldn't change a single thing here. Then this second image, again, every single one looks almost identical. Maybe this one is, again, a little bit too stronger on the contrast, but it works perfect. In here, you can see that it also adapted lighting and it introduced some like cloth folding or imperfections. I like it. Maybe here that strong contrast doesn't do a good job for it, but those two are perfectly fine. in here with this image, I think again it's really great. Just pay attention because sometimes small details might happen, like in here where the jacket is probably identical to the reference. However, in here that bottom part was like misinterpreted. In here it's missing, so probably this middle one would be the best. And here, really strong lighting. I like the middle one because the shadows looks to be blended the best way in this one. However, I like here that it's unzipped, but if you are still searching for that one best image, just hit run again and pick another. Next, this one looks also pretty cool. Here it however switched one, like it inverted it over horizontal axis. I don't see much problem with it, but the color and bottom part is white. So here this was probably a little bug, but this one on the right, perfect. Now in here, pretty difficult framing and angle of shot with such elevated head. This would be really pain to prompt in Nano Banana because it would still try to default into safe position. Therefore, approach I am showing you really helps that process. Now in here, middle one with those muted colors is perfect. In here it's like too much, and that's basically it. We generated 3 versions for each of 8 images, which equals to 24 images, and only maybe 2 were with some bug that could be extremely easily to fix. Just hit rerun. Rest was completely okay. It was just subjective selection which one you like the most. But in every single one, that feel of the shot, how was it taken, with what settings, it simply works. And even though Nano Banana probably would be able to mimic that, it would come with a cost of it being somehow drawn to the safe middle, which is really interesting phenomenon and you should know about it. I'm discussing it somewhere here in the video or here. But with Soul 2 on Higgsfield, I am truly positively surprised. Mainly because it can recreate myself at the level that even I can accept. So go ahead, try it. If you like the video, you know what to do, and see you in the next one.